Hello and welcome back to Second Take Movies, podcast where we give movies a second look, second chance, second take, if you will. I am your host, Preston Jenkinson, and joining me, as always, it's my co-host, Jake Twito.
Can't think of anything good. Hey, what's up? Really thought I had something there, and then it just farted right out.
Another week off for us after, at least at my house, somewhat of a hurricane, and then being sick on top of that.
Yeah, you texted me and said you're sick, and I went, "Oh, thank God." Not that you were sick, but thank goodness you couldn't, because I was like, "I can't do this, man. I'm destroyed." So, yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, and we're doing what we were supposed to do last week, and that was Oblivion. Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
a pretty good sci-fi movie, in my opinion.
I love the soundtrack. I listen to the soundtrack probably at least once a week.
Oh wow!
M83 is one of my favorite artists.
That's what I saw. A lot of like reviews and stuff was like the soundtrack is amazing. So
you and I were talking a lot before this about Tron.
Mm-hmm.
Daft Punk, like Tron Legacy, Daft Punk, I feel like made that movie good.
Yeah.
Or enhanced it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like this did the same thing, which I'm kind of sad. Like I really thought with the Olympics, M83 would actually be in the ending ceremony.
Oh, no. Are they French?
Yeah, they're French. But Phoenix, one of my also favorite bands, was there. And if you watch Drive, Ryan Gosling.
I've seen it, but I can't remember anything about it.
Well, oddly enough, like there's a guy named Kavinsky who does electronic music. He played the like theme song from Drive at the
Oh wow.
Olympics. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is tight.
That's weird, but
yeah. Good movie though. I mean,
yeah.
Good sci-fi. You said it before this and I didn't know it. The guy wrote a graphic novel and didn't release it.
Yeah, it was unpublished. Yeah.
He should publish it.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, he's probably busy now.
What? Yeah, definitely. Dude, what's this movie about? Give me a little dribble dibble.
Jack Harper.
Dribble dibble from now on.
Dribble dibble. Nope,
that's
I don't like
gross.
that.
I don't want to do that.
Jack Harper, a drone repairman stationed on Earth that has been ravaged by war with extraterrestrials, questions his identity after rescuing the woman who keeps appearing in his dreams.
I feel like I saw this in theaters,
mm-hmm.
and I feel like what you just said and what the trailers showed for this were fantastic because it didn't give anything away.
Yeah.
You knew Morgan Freeman was in it?
Yeah.
Because he lights up a cigar in the trailer.
And I think he's on the poster.
Yeah, he is on the poster, isn't he? I don't know. The poster I know the most, the cinematic one is, which is hilarious. It's Tom Cruise walking on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah, that's the poster they have on IMDb.
Was he ever at the Brooklyn Bridge? I mean, like I know we're in New York, but I mean, it's cool. It's a cool shot. Whatever. Yeah. Good for them.
Our reviews this week are a little lengthy.
Oh Lord, y'all better keep this under 2 seconds.
Todd McCarthy of The Hollywood Reporter with the positive review, Oblivion is an absolutely gorgeous film dramatically caught between its aspirations for poetic romanticism and the demands of heavy sci-fi action. After a captivating beginning brimming with mystery and evident ambition, the air gradually seeps out of the balloon that keeps this thinly populated tale aloft, leaving the ultimate impression of a nice try that falls somewhat short of the mark. And that's a positive review.
But you know what? Yeah. This movie, I enjoyed this. I'll give a number later or whatever, but like there are some things that could have been better.
Yeah.
Definitely.
A lot.
So
Peter Bradshaw from The Guardian with a negative review. Oblivion.
Screw Peter, he sucks. Go ahead.
Oblivion goes on for a long time, moving slowly and self-consciously, and it looks like a very expensive movie project that has been written and rewritten many times over. It is a shame. Cruise, Risenborough, and Kirilenko as the last love triangle left on planet Earth should have been quite interesting.
That guy's stupid. That guy's just dumb. It's a stupid review.
And this, I don't like the way this movie starts with narration.
No, I hate it. I hate it. I mean, like, you can mock me. I've said it on the podcast too. I hate two things. I hate opening a movie with narration, and I hate opening a movie with text. I understand there's times when you
Mm-hmm.
have to do it. I mean, like, I think we've said it before, like Star Wars,
Mm.
it's part of it. I don't think you need to start something there. I don't know, man. I forgot
Because
about it until this watch, and it
it's
irked me.
just a huge exposition dump at the beginning when you could have just shown us images and then we just follow them throughout their day and we figure it and like we get bits of
Yeah,
story. Save that info dump for when they find the lady and sit her down because they give her the same speech again to
yeah.
Olga Kurylenko at like a dinner scene later on in the movie.
If anything, I think this movie could have been shorter.
Yeah.
Like, there's fat that could have been trimmed. This movie either has to have a lot more detail on things, or just keep it ambiguous,
Mm-hmm.
trim that sucker. And I hate that we start off with that narration where I'm like, cut all this, screw this,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. This is dumb.
Like,
Um,
let us see what they do day to day. We don't need you to tell us what they do.
it's kind of like, how did, why am I blanking out? Will Smith, Zombies, End of the World, I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
How did that start? Didn't it just
It just started.
that's what I thought. That's what they should have done here. Just let it go. Watch them. It's kind of the same vibe. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just them,
Yeah.
you know.
But Tom Cruise is a technician for drones in 60 years in the future, where humanity has supposedly lost a war. Or no, yeah, humanity has supposedly won a war against aliens, and then
But
the
the
rest of the
cost was-
population is on Titan.
The cost was nuclear weaponry was used and destroyed
Yeah.
the Earth.
Mhm.
So, let me ask you straight up. I'm so intrigued. I've been really on a ploy of. I'm a loser. I just realized that. Trying to figure out predictions for like right now
Mm-hmm.
from older movies, TV shows, books. So this is 2077.
Yeah.
I feel like that drone technology is going to be there in like 10 years.
It could.
Yeah.
Like the drones that they have in this movie.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have to fight them. Pretty sure. Look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But his job is to fix down drones that are protecting these machines that are sucking up the Earth's oceans to supposedly
Make fusion energy.
make fusion energy and take to Titan where the rest of the population is. That's the story they're told. And
So it's wild. I've watched this movie like 5 times, and this
Yeah.
is the 6th. His only job is fixing the drones.
Correct.
I thought he fixed the daggum water sucker too. Had a lot more responsibility. No, this dude has an easy life. No wonder he has spoilers ahead. He's got a little hut. He sits out,
Yeah.
chills, listens to music, and
Yeah.
reads books. But
he
Jack
spent
is there with is it Sally?
yeah. Well, Sally is
No,
the
Sally's the commander. I don't remember who his Victoria.
Victoria.
Victoria, yeah, the redhead you can't
That's
trust.
his woman.
His hoe. That's his hoe. This is side hoe,
And
bro.
there's kind of like even in his like narration, he calls her his partner, not like his like girlfriend, wife, whatever.
This is a very great. I love movies that do this. When you watch it once, you don't think anything, and then you watch it again, and you go, "Oh, they spoiled everything." Actually,
Yeah.
like they ratted all of this out. The whole catchphrase of "Are you an efficient team
Are
together?"
you an effective team? Yeah.
Effective, not efficient. Yeah, you're right. It was great.
And
Clever.
there's constantly this drone that they've been trying to get repaired that's in their house that they've been trying to get parts for, and they're never getting them. And but one day, old Jack comes across a drone that's down in a pit somewhere, deep down in a pit. And after he gets a motorcycle off of his little shuttle and unfolds it, and has a nice shot of Tom Cruise driving across the wasteland.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to distract you a ton. We've talked about how do you feel about Tom Cruise?
The person,
No, movie.
movies, great. Movie star, great.
I think Tom Cruise might be the last great movie star.
Yeah,
I mean, the guy loves film.
he does.
He loves Scientology as a person, which
Probably like
let's not
Scientology
go
a little
there.
bit more, but
But
by
there's
the
so
way,
much of this movie. Yeah.
this is the first part of a Tom Cruise watch. We'll call it.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, we're trilogying up. Tom Cruise, he's involved in every movie he does so much.
Yeah, sometimes to his detriment.
He was annoying. But like,
and when we get to the Mummy, we find out sometimes to its detriment.
Ooh, yeah, like this movie pays off. Like the design of like how the controls look.
Yeah.
On this stuff, he said it should be like this. He designed it all.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I mean, he's a pilot. He knows what. I'm a Tom Cruise fan. I don't want to talk about the Mummy, dude. You just said it. I'm already just going. Oh.
There's these scavengers that are running around. That are they human? Or are they not? Spoiler alert: they are.
Oh yeah. Well, originally I'm like, oh, they're bugs. Well, this is a daggum. What is that stupid movie? That's the best that we should definitely. Oh, Starship Troopers.
Oh yeah.
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 The best movie the world's ever seen.
No.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
This is the last remaining bit of humanity. And they've set a little trap for one Thomas Cruise, and he, because he's a little scavenger himself. Like he finds like old relics, and you mentioned he has like a little cabin off in the middle of the woods somewhere, and he puts all his little trinkets and stuff there, and he finds this book down in this little pit, and then they have taken like the faceplate off of a drone and like left it in a like next to a huge ball in the shape of a drone, somewhat.
Yep.
And
it's at the New York Public Library.
Okay, and it's underground at this point.
Which, if my wife can hear me, she should yell at me. Like we were in New York last December.
Yeah.
Went by this, and we should have gone in. I didn't understand she really wanted to go in it, so I kind of screwed up. And it's like, yeah, that's right. We probably should have done that. Sorry. Is it? I'm trying to remember, man. I'm sorry. Is one of the hydrothermal things destroyed at this point?
No, those are just running in the background all the time. Like,
okay, I couldn't remember if there was also. He's here. That's happening, but yeah,
he supports he keeps the drones running so they can protect the hydro things from any attacks from the scavengers.
But he gets out. He gets out of the library here.
Yeah, they're trying to take him alive, basically.
Yeah. But he also I think this is where he is this where he goes to the Empire State Building and figures out they're sending transmissions?
I think that's like the next day or something, but it's after this.
Okay. Sorry, there's so much of this movie that it's just like a blur. Like all this happens, and it's so hard to go, where was that? So,
yeah. But like it's the next day pretty much, and he picks up a signal. Oh, first of all, we'll go to like the interaction that he has with his girlfriend, whose name Victoria.
You just call her Red. We're good. Gingers don't deserve a name.
She's like the
like
a help
coordinator.
Desk. Yes.
Yeah, she's the
dispatcher.
911 dispatch. Thank you.
Yeah,
that's
she's
exactly
a dispatcher.
She's dispatch. Yeah,
and she is way more invested in the mission as we go along. We see than seems like Tom Cruise is.
Yeah, Tom Cruise seems like he's just there to have fun.
Yeah.
And
he's hanging out,
whatever. But he's I think he's gone to his cabin. He's chilling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's all good. He's lighthearted.
And she's like constantly like, "Hey, we got 2 weeks, and we're gonna be on Saturn or Mars or whatever, wherever Titan is."
I don't know if she got underwear on, but she's getting a wedgie or panties in a wad. That's the right thing. There we
So
okay.
next day, Cruz goes out and he gets a weird signal on his little thing, like a little beacon's been sent out somewhere, and that's when he goes to the buried Empire State Building.
That's it. Yeah.
And finds like a little signal thing that's being sent off into space for something to crash down. And during all of this, he's having like dreams and flashbacks of like living in New York and being in love with a different woman and
pre-war.
Yeah, pre-war, and looking through like a little spyglass at the Empire State Building, and he sees at the actual Empire State Building at this point when he finds the signal.
See, my notes suck at this point. Does he go to the Yankees stadium at this point?
Is
that later?
That confused me as a sports fan because it's the Yankee Stadium, but he was talking about a Super Bowl being played there, and I'm like,
yep. Look, I don't do sports, but I know baseball, and I'm like, this is effed up. I'm so confused.
I don't know if it works like that, Tom, but maybe they did at some point in 20.
But if it's a guy that doesn't know anything about sports and only knows it from radio,
and maybe that's what it was supposed to be like, because the aliens, spoiler alert, they're working for aliens. The aliens at this point have just fed them, different information and stuff. So like maybe they had no clue that they would have no clue that Super Bowl wouldn't be played at a baseball stadium. He
goes back to the lake house here.
Yeah,
and I can't remember when does he get the objects falling from the sky. At this point, we saw the beacon.
That's this moment, like because he sees the beacon, and then he goes to his little thing, and then he sees that thing crashing down.
And he goes there, boom, and guess what? The drones are there, and they start blasting.
And he realizes it's people in
it's the girl in his dreams.
Capsules,
too.
Yeah. In what do you call that? Stasis.
Suspended animation.
Yeah, like they're frozen, basically.
Yeah,
frozen people.
They're in cryo sleep.
Cryo sleep. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he protects.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead. Carry on.
He sees the woman from his dreams inside one of these things, and he protects that.
She's been sleeping for 60 years.
Yeah, she's been asleep. So he
oh, never mind. Sorry. I math wrong. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2017 gotcha. Then is when it's all.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. I can't math. That's cool.
He loads. Well, actually, this is from 2013, but
well, the 2017.
That's right. Left. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right. He loads that lady onto his helicopter. Bubble craft.
That thing was rad, bro.
It looks awesome.
Cool. There was so much cool visuals in this. Like this is why I love sci-fi movies. If it's cheesy and stupid and it looks cool, I don't care. It awesome.
Plays. It works. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care.
So he takes her back to his place, his little penthouse in the sky that he shares with Victoria.
Oh yeah, and of course that redhead's gonna get jealous really quick. You know what I'm saying?
Jelly. She gonna get jelly.
Daggum Rangas, let me tell you. That's orangutan, by the way. Anyway,
she wakes up, and then they have to explain everything. She recognizes Tom and her.
Which I didn't pick up until this watch. She knew who she was too.
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot! All right,
and that's explained later. But they wake her up and they have dinner and they say, "Hey, it's been 60 years. Humanity won the war. We're leaving Earth." And she's like, she just laughs at all of it because because she knows that everything's. I think she picks up like y'all been fed a bunch of shit and y'all don't know who you are.
They're going to Saturn.
Yes, that's where
it finally. I know it's Titan, and I was like, it's not Mars. It's not Mars. It's not Mars. It's Saturn. But
I knew it was like a moon of one of the planets.
Yeah.
And so now, somehow him and this. Well, I think him and the woman just leave. The next day.
Yeah, he takes off because she tells him the Odyssey exists, the mother ship.
Right.
They want to go back and find the flight recorder because it will tell him everything.
Right.
Which again, I'm not trying to say this movie is bad, because I love this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is so hard to
Follow.
after watching recollect, because everything's so similar. There's not a
Yeah.
lot of like acts, I guess.
Right.
It's all just one big act, which I
Mhm.
mean that's fine. That's
Yeah.
not a problem. But yeah, so he wants to get the flight recorder, but they get captured by scavengers trying to get it right
Led
away.
by the one and only Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, and that dude that screws his sister.
What?
Jamie Lannister. I'm sorry.
Oh. I thought you were telling me about an actor that screwed his sister. I was like,
No,
what?
I'm so sorry. This guy's so good. Nikolaj.
Okay, he did look familiar, and I kept trying to figure out where he was from.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. That was awful. That's not what I should have
I don't
with,
watch
but it
Game of
worked.
Thrones.
You didn't watch Game of Thrones?
No. Because
You're a better man.
the first episode ended with him screwing his sister in a tower and pushing a kid out the window. So I was
That's
like,
that's actually a metaphor. As the watcher, you're his sister, and he's Game of Thrones.
what?
'Cause you just- yeah, the first episode is a metaphor because if you pretend that his sister
Uh-huh.
is the viewer
Uh-huh.
and he's Game of Thrones and the producers,
Uh-huh.
you're just getting screwed the whole show,
Okay.
and it feels dirty because it's your brother. But that's a
Gross.
metaphor that didn't click, and you better leave it in, baby. I want them to know.
That's the grossest long way to get to a point I've ever seen.
Oh, really? Let me try again.
No.
Also, in my opinion, don't ever watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah. It's.
I watched it all. It's so depressed. There are moments that are
could-
amazing.
I could care less at this point.
No. They're at Raven Rock Mountain Complex, which is a real place, and I recognize it. I don't know what that is. I think it's a mine.
I assume it's somewhere in New York.
It's in Pennsylvania,
Okay.
which is weird. I think that's like, I think it's an emergency place for the army.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was built during the Cold War for
Right.
nuclear war.
But they say, "Hey, we want you to fix this thing and send it up to the ship with a bomb in it."
Yeah, which is dope. Now you understand. They're like, I love the moment when you go, oh, here's what the scavengers are doing. They're taking the nuclear parts out of the drones. That's why
Yes.
they're doing this.
Yes, and they've
Because it kind of just seems like they're maniacs killing stuff, and it's like, oh no, they're getting.
so they try to convince the two of them to do this, and then a drone attacks the base that they're all at because I think they've tracked Jack Harper down.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. They track him down, and that whole fight scene incurs, which was awesome.
Yeah.
The way they make these drones move is so, in my head, accurate. It's like a CNC machine. Moving,
Yeah.
you know, like
I like
no
how
question why.
they attack the drone, they get somebody distracted over here, and then somebody takes a shot from here, and then another person takes the final shot to the back. And
It was great.
explodes. Yeah.
The action in this movie is awesome.
Yeah.
There's not a lot,
No.
but when it's there, it's like, oh yeah, this is fun.
But-
this is cool.
Oh no, Tom Cruise's old wife gets shot. So
Bing bong, bing bong.
bing bong, bing bong.
But when does he go to the desert? I think we're skipping ahead.
We could be. I don't know.
No, we are because Malcolm tells him, "I'm gonna free you and Julia. Go past the
radiation zone.
past the radiation zone.
Right.
And when he goes, when he goes there, that's when he sees himself,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Whoa, okay,
And
great."
he's freaking out. And then they somehow get in that
Yes.
firefight. Well, yeah.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so he's in there, finds himself. She gets the alert he crossed into there. She sends a jet to go retrieve them,
That's right.
and then gets pissed off
That's
because
when she
they're
gets
happy
shot.
together. And she tells them they're no longer an effective team. Where Sally, who's in the Tet, Sally's this AI that we've been talking to the whole time.
Yes.
Spoiler, she's an AI. It's supposed to be a NASA person.
She says he's not an effective team when he comes back to try to get stuff to heal the other woman. Because he leaves her.
No,
he
because she recovers in the cabin.
No. But what happens is she gets shot, he goes back and he like heals her wound with like some
Yeah.
kind of
Okay.
spray.
You're right.
So
You're right. You're right.
he went back to Sally to get that stuff, and then she
Yep.
says we're not an effective team. That's when they turn the drone on, and then she
Bingo.
dies. And then he goes and pretends to be the other Jack to the other Victoria.
Oh God, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot completely about that.
It gets complicated.
He gets the medical supplies from her,
Yeah.
and they finish the recovery in the cabin.
Right.
Because you get the really dope. I call it what you want from Star Wars.
It's the magic sci-fi spray and your bullet wound's gone.
Magic. But you get him and the jet. I'm calling it a jet, whatever his helicopter thing is, versus the drones.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go to that clone Victoria.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna rag on Star Wars as much as I can. Why don't we have great fights? I don't know. Let's focus on that. That's all. I just got to say that. The Rogue Squadron stuff. I think they killed.
Yeah,
that's their opportunity, man. And I feel like in the last season of Mandalorian, like you had a legit awesome shootout. Okay, I'll stop. Let's not go into this. Oblivion. Pardon me, guys.
Yeah.
Sci-fi, Star Wars, whatever. So he takes Julia to the cabin with the magic spray to let her recover, and after a little bit of time of recovery, they realize, oh, Malcolm's right. Malcolm being Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
I almost said Free Morgan.
At some point, he chokes out I think when he goes back to the other Victorias, when he chokes out the original Jack before he does that for some reason. Because at some point, he confronts the other Jack.
I think he kills him.
No, he's alive at the end of the movie.
He is? Okay.
Yes. He just knocks him out.
That's right. Okay, so the other Jack. Okay, all right. You just really cleared himself up.
But anyway.
Is Tech 52 versus Tech 49. 49 is
correct.
our main character.
49 is the one we've been following the whole time.
That's why. Okay. Okay.
Tom Cruise agrees to send the bomb up to the place.
Yep.
But he does it in a different way because he figures out that, hey, I can fly this thing up there and I'll get in to the place and set off the bomb from there.
Yeah, he reprograms that drone to send the bomb, and then I don't know what happens to the drone. The drones attack the base, kill the drone.
Yeah,
and then
that's when they come up with the other plan.
Jack and Julia both volunteer to go do this, which. Right. Yeah, we'll hit the twist, that little twist there in a minute. But like en route, he listens to the flight recording. That's when you get the whole picture of like, oh, Sally was a NASA commander.
Yeah,
they all worked for NASA, which, never mind.
And then if you watch it closely, you can see in that scene that they have with the flashback that Victoria had a little thing for Tom, and she takes that picture.
That ginger was.
And Tom wasn't into it, and she's sad about it. And that's the picture that's in their apartment. So like the AI took that picture and like put the wrong two people together.
Do you think this film is a message for us with AI usage today?
Sure, why not? Because all it can do is grab data of what it has, and all it saw was a picture that looked affectionate between Victoria and Jack, and put the wrong two people together. That's why Tom questioned his whole existence every time as a clone.
Wild to watch the premise of that moment, and then look at today and go, "Oh, okay, that's where we're at."
Yeah.
Now. Anyways, let's start this episode of Real Life is Crazy. I'm your host, Jake. Hey, life is crazy. Hey, I was here to take us over, and we're going to fight them back. Yeah. We don't join the army. So you get the whole flashback sequence of, like, I got to let them go. There's problems. But guess what? Future or current Jack gets clearance to go into the TET. I don't know why. That seems dumb. I mean, he gets a full guard
Well, yeah, and she does like a lie detector test on him, and like,
Yeah.
your pulse is elevated, and blah 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 blah.
Buddy, let me tell you something. I've clicked the captchas that say like click the bus
Yeah,
images. I've lied. I've gotten past it.
this is the equivalent.
I have a project at work
Yeah.
right now where I have to do a captcha for this form. I keep tallies every time I've done it. I'm on like 1,032.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I'm a mastermind. When it says like do a captcha of power lines, and I'm like, is that a line drooping? I'm clicking it. But yeah, guys, I'm a nerd. Sorry. But hey, guess what? Last little twist in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They get in, you figure out that the Tet Sally is this AI, and Morgan Freeman is in the coffin, baby.
And there's
He's dying.
thousands of Jacks and Victorias all over the spaceship. So like, they've just been reusing Tom Cruise over and over again.
Blows up, kills himself. They bomb it up.
Makes the sacrifice.
And Julia wakes up. And then 3 years later, which I don't know where it says. Okay, when did he bang her?
When they were in the cabin.
Got it. Great. Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Anyways, on this watch, again, I for some reason just
it took me a while too. I was like, wait, they had a kid?
Well, I thought it was like a clone baby or something. I don't know.
No, it was a kid. So the rest
in
of
the cabin.
humanity, rest of humanity shows up with other Tom Cruise, and humans are saved. I don't.
No. Oblivion 2 is they all fight each other again.
Half the ocean's gone because it got sucked up by those things, but whatever.
Yeah, it's climate change. Whatever.
Oh yeah, and in the Noble Sacrifice, it's like the mothership trope in every sci-fi movie where you blow up the big ship and all the little drones. But it makes sense in this. All the drones malfunction and die. And it's another happy ending for humanity.
And the clone somehow got all of his memories back.
Sure. Yeah.
Which, I mean, like, Jack Harper 49 is not the original.
No.
That's
neither is
like,
52.
That's my gripe. Like, oh, they just gave this other guy this stuff?
Yeah.
No,
they started giving him more free will. And I think what we're supposed to believe is, like, they updated these clones as they made them. So, like, they gave him more ingenuity so he could fix the drones better. But within that, he started thinking for himself and started remembering his past and started thinking for himself and questioning things. And
8-1.
It's about an 8 for me. It's all right.
I loved looking at it. Filmography,
it's great to look at. Yeah,
phenomenal. I've already said it. The score, the music's great.
Yeah,
the acting's great. The writing's great. There are problems though in the story.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, dude. Sci-fi sucks in the end.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's meant to be fun. You'll nitpick sci-fi all day. So, yeah.
So we move on to what we watching, what we looking at, what we doing, what we.
I watched all of the TV show that's available for Hacks.
Max.
I haven't seen it. It's a comedy. It's not bad. I thought it was going to be terrible. It's actually pretty good. It's the story of like a washed-up comic.
That's right. Yeah, you told me this the other week. Yeah.
I thought I'd started it, then I couldn't remember. Yeah, so I finished that. It's good. Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm popping back, trying to finish everything.
Okay.
It's kind of a weird period because like all the anime I was watching ended.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Like, I didn't realize they're ending, and then they did. So I'm rewatching some stuff there. God, dude, I had a gold mine piece for you. Have we talked about Deadpool in the podcast yet?
Oh yeah, we did that 2 weeks ago.
So having a week off throws me off so bad.
Yeah.
So I'm like, crap, I can't remember. Yeah. I don't know, man, not much. I guess that's about it. I want to watch Shogun. I really want to start that.
Yeah,
but
I need to start that over.
How about you? What you been up to?
I've been like I mentioned the last couple weeks. I've been doing an MCU rewatch.
Yeah, where are you at now?
I'm up to Hawkeye.
Oh, you're doing shows, everything.
Oh yeah, I'm doing the shows
Awesome.
too.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
not all
How
the
do you feel
like.
about Hawkeye on the rewatch?
I haven't started it yet. I'm up to it. I haven't started it
I
yet.
loved it.
I liked it when it came out. I didn't have a
Yeah.
problem with it. I'm really excited about watching Moon Knight again because I hadn't watched that since it came out.
I might let me know when you start that. I might start at the same time you do.
Okay.
And if you want to do an episode on Moon Knight, I'll do it. I
It's
loved
like
it.
it's only 6 episodes, so.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
What else? It's going to be my goal to watch at least one episode of The Bear.
Yeah, you need to watch one.
'Cause I keep-
In episode 1, you will have a good idea of the rest of the show.
Okay.
You'll have an idea.
Because everybody talks about it, and I want to see it.
You will have
I'm
heart
really curious.
problems. Like, you'll have anxiety on
Oh,
episode
okay.
1. It gets worse.
Gotcha.
In a good way.
Yeah.
I think. I read Paul Scheer's book.
Oh yeah.
Pretty dang funny and also depressing. Like,
He was on one of my favorite podcasts recently, promoting that book.
what podcast?
We're Here to Help
Yeah.
with Jake Johnson and Gareth Reynolds.
God, Jake Johnson.
It's the best. Like the people that call in make that
It's
show.
so good.
I love it.
That Paul Scheer book. I love Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien, like, I feel like the reason I love the things I do is partly because of Conan O'Brien, like staying up in middle school and whatever.
Yeah.
But his whole philosophy is like you have to have pain to make comedy, or you have to have something. Like something has to be there to not to be funny, but like some of that too. But
Yeah.
dude, that Paul Scheer book. Oh my god.
Paul Scheer has like one line at the end of Twisters.
He was gonna be in it. He talked about it on his podcast, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" But
He's
yeah.
like in it for like he's like a security guard at an airport for like 5 minutes.
It's good. I recommend it highly, man. Like it's funny, dark. And
Yeah.
It's not fun. It's not funny. Like it's
Yeah.
like child abuse,
Right.
which I mean he's cutting it the right angle. But yeah, I went to New Haven, flew up there, flew down, read that book the whole plane. It was great. So it's good.
What else? There's got to be something. Oh yeah, I saw Twisters like I mentioned. That was really good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really good.
I'm so dumb. You just said that, and I didn't pick up you watched it.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, you saw a clip. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give it a shot. I'm gonna wait. Just
Yeah. It's on I think
don't
it's on streaming right now. So
I think Glenn Powell's got a decent career ahead of him if he's smart.
I think he does too.
He's a good actor. He's good.
Yeah.
Like he's got
He's a good looking man, but like he's
got boyish charm, but he's a good actor.
He's like he seems like an okay dude, and he's a good actor, and he knows a good story. So
Yeah.
that's it for this week. Next week we've got Jack Reacher, not the show Reacher.
Oh God, thank God. I thought you were about to say The Mummy. I'm like, dude, don't do that next week. Okay?
No, that's going to be the next week.
Oh, boy.
It's Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher, the not so much Jack Reacher from the books, but a version of Jack Reacher, not Alan Ritchson's Reacher.
Hey, have you watched crap, dude, we may have talked about this. You with him saying that. Guy Ritchie movie. That
Yeah, I
just
bought
came
it.
out. What'd you think?
It was good.
Yeah. It's tight. I think we talked about it. Now.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So
And Alan Ritchson was great.
Yeah.
I was afraid. I was like, dude, don't let this guy be a one-trick pony. Like, he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Really
good in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I said, next week is Jack Reacher. If you
Send us
have
the messages.
What?
I was trying to figure out the best way to like make. Wait, you were about to say dumb.
Oh.
send me messages. Send
Yeah,
them.
okay.
Send messages to me to Preston. That'd
And
be
the
great.
way you can do that is send that to secondtakemoviespod@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Second Take Movies. Jake, do you have any parting words of wisdom for the audience
You know
before we
what,
go?
dude? My stomach's been messed up. I'm not saying squat. We're good.
Okay.
Do not crap. Take your Imodium.
Right. We will see you next week with Jack Reacher.